Welcome everyone to the 5 reasons to ditch sugar to balance your hormones. I'm Dr. LuLu. I'm a naturopathic physician, functional medicine practitioner, author, botanical formulator, and podcast host of The Genetic Genius. I own Dr. Lulu's Naturopathic Clinic, and that's www.doclulu.com. I specialize in helping women regain hormonal balance and vitality by discovering the root cause of dysfunction. So sugar is an ingredient that can be found everywhere you look. It's one of the main ingredients in sweet treats such as cakes, cookies, and candy. It's also used to sweeten many common beverages, including fruit juice, iced tea, premium coffees, and soda. It can even be found in foods that you might not expect. However, despite its prevalence in our diets, sugar is something that you really need to limit your consumption of or even stop it completely. Not only is it damaging to your health, but it can also affect your energy levels, your hormones, your mood, your happiness, your weight, and even how old you look. In this report or in this webinar, we'll be looking at the dangers of sugar in greater detail and discussing why you should consider cutting sugar out of your diet by listing the 5 top reasons to ditch sugar today. And then I'll be providing you with some simple but effective tips you can use to reduce your sugar consumption. So number 1, you'll feel happier. So how does sugar affect your mood or your happiness? It may be surprising to hear that cutting back on sugar can make you happier. After all, we often associate the experience of indulging in our favorite sugary treats with positive and joyful emotions. However, what you may not notice is that a few hours after filling up on sugar, your mood starts to dip and you start to crave sugar again. The only way to really satisfy that craving is then and lift your mood back up is to eat more sugary foods, which then starts that cycle again, right? That crazy cycle that we get on the sugar wheel. So how does sugar affect your mood? The long-term result is that you experience a temporary boost in happiness after eating sugar, followed by an extended dip in emotions. This ultimately leads to you depending on sugar for happiness and then becoming addicted to the sweet substance. In fact, studies have shown that sugar consumption does lead to depression. Okay, let's talk about how your brain functions on sugar. So it creates a vicious cycle of intense cravings. When a person consumes sugar, just like any food, it activates the tongue's taste receptors. Then it signals to the brain, lighting up a reward pathway and causing a surge of feel-good hormones like dopamine to be released from the brain. And while stimulating the brain's reward system with a piece of chocolate now and then is pleasurable, like we all love a little chocolate, but it's really probably harmless. When the reward system is activated too much and too frequently, then that's when we really start to run into a problem. Okay, let's talk about your hormones on sugar. So maintaining balanced hormones is like a super complex system, as many different factors can contribute to fluctuating hormone levels, especially in women. Throughout the various different stages of life, from puberty to pregnancy to menopause, hormones are naturally in flux, up and down. And for many of the years in between, however, hormones may flex and become imbalanced as a result of lifestyle and environmental factors, such as high level of stress, poor sleep, lack of exercise, and an unhealthy diet full of fat and sugar. While all factors are important to consider, monitoring sugar intake is especially key as it relates to women's hormones. So let's talk about insulin, because insulin is a huge part of sugar in the nutritional food plan. So for women, especially a diet full of excess sugar, which includes all refined carbohydrates, not just the sweet stuff, can lead to significant hormonal imbalance. And one of the most notable effects of too much sugar is really insulin resistance. So, insulin is highly affected by diet because of the many different signals going on throughout the body as a result of glucose and resulting energy. And that is produced from carbohydrate intake. Once insulin resistance develops, the muscles, fat, and liver cells don't respond to it properly, leading to a chain reaction downstream in the body. And over time, the insulin resistance can lead to serious conditions like diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, heart disease, and even stroke. So let's talk about hormonal imbalance. So, a diet high in sugar can have significant effects on the reproductive hormones and can help explain the link between conditions, for example, PCOS. Sugar is intrinsically linked to estrogen, a hormone responsible for many processes in the body. Estrogen has many beneficial effects, including regulating the reproductive system, as well as helping optimize the action of insulin, the hormone that prevents high blood sugar levels. So, signs of hormonal imbalance present both physically and emotionally in women and men in many ways. Sleep disorders such as insomnia, fatigue, debilitating fatigue, difficulty concentrating, memory fog, feeling irritable, angry, moody, depressed, and much, much more. So, what to eat instead, right? So, if you have relied on sugar to lift your mood in the past, you're probably wondering what you should eat instead because, you want to still be eating foods that make you happy. So, the good news is that there are plenty of foods you can eat to enhance your mood in a stable and permanent way. So, I'm going to talk about these 5 foods here that can help boost your mood. So, Brazil nuts are packed with selenium, a super important aspect of the thyroid, a powerful nutrient when it comes to your mood. And filling up on selenium rich foods has been associated with an increased happiness and a reduced risk of depression. And you only need to eat a few a day. I usually recommend eating 4 to 5 a day to help boost the mood and the thyroid. Okay, oatmeal. So oatmeal just doesn't warm you up physically. It also can give you a mental feeling of warmth and happiness. And the reason for this is that it contains high levels of fiber, which helps to regulate your blood glucose levels and keep you feeling consistently happy. So oysters, you might have heard they're an aphrodisiac, and they also contain high levels of zinc, an important nutrient for brain health that has been linked with improvements in mood. So they also contain high levels of tyrosine, a hormone which helps to keep depression at bay and enhances your mood. So salmon is a top source of omega-3 essential fatty acids, so key for decreasing inflammation and for thyroid function, neurological function. It's a really key ingredient in our food plan. And various studies have highlighted that eating a diet rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids can stabilize your mood and fight depression. So turkey is an excellent source of tryptophan, an amino acid which has been shown to raise the levels of serotonin in your body. And studies have linked high levels of serotonin with feelings of happiness and well being. It's also rich in mood boosting tyrosine. Okay, now let's talk about you'll have more energy. So, how does sugar affect your energy level? So, carbohydrates are your body's preferred energy source. So, to hear that cutting back on sugar, like the simplest form of carbohydrate, will increase your energy levels may sound kind of confusing, right? So, while it's true that eating sugar will boost your energy levels, this effect is only temporary. And while it may lead to a crash in energy levels a few hours later, right? So you get that roller coaster effect. And over time, these sugar crashes become more and more severe, and your overall energy levels actually decline. You also become dependent on sugar for energy, and without it, you feel tired and depleted. Therefore, if you want stable long-term improvements in our energy levels, sugar really is not the answer. So, how does sugar affect your adrenal glands? So, blood sugar management is an ever increasing problem. So, diet is a considerable factor in blood sugar levels, but something that gets overlooked in the discussion is the adrenal glands. And these small but mighty glands play a crucial role in both high and low blood sugar. And the reason for that is cortisol. So, cortisol is one of the hormones secreted by the adrenal glands. That's one of the primary functions of cortisol is to help the body maintain blood sugar balance. So once the stimulus is given from the brain that stress is on, then the adrenals respond to the stressor by excreting cortisol. This causes fatty acids and peptides to be converted into blood glucose. It also causes the liver to dump glycogen, which are two glucose molecules that are stuck together. And then cortisol breaks the glycogen apart, releasing the two glucose molecules into the bloodstream and then making it readily available to go into the cells. So, this is what allows the creation of ATP or adenosine triphosphate. This is the energy producer of the body, and that is which enables the fight or flight response to stress. So, a problem arises when there's not enough for the adrenals to function, to allow cortisol to rise to the point it needs for adequate stress response. So, this is what happens when you're in that chronic state of stress. With adrenal fatigue, this shortage is a daily occurrence. And in adrenal fatigue, blood sugar tends to stay low much of the time. You might be experiencing that hypoglycemic effect. And this shortage triggers people to prop themselves up with coffee, colas, sugar, and other stimulants high in caffeine and sugar to feel that response. And when you do this, you're looking for that boost to get going, which your body is no longer providing naturally. Caffeine and sugar highs then create that crash and come down, creating that vicious cycle of highs and even lower lows. And many of the symptoms of adrenal fatigue have to do with blood sugar. And this is due to blood sugar's critical role in promoting energy levels and the adrenal gland's role in maintaining blood sugar levels. So, if there's an imbalance in blood sugar levels, chances are there is an issue with the adrenal performance as well. Okay, so what do you eat instead for energy? So there's a lots of low sugar or sugar-free foods. I'm not talking about sugar-free foods that have xylitol or other sugar substitutes. These are whole foods, and these are ones that can improve energy levels. And I'm going to talk about the 5 foods here that you can eat or drink for energy. Now, coffee is one. I don't always, or I don't recommend drinking large amounts of coffee, but it can be used as a stimulant. It contains no sugar and no calories, but it's packed with energy boosting nutrients. And it contains high levels of caffeine, right? A compound that stimulates your nervous system, and gives you an immediate energy boost. Boom, right? You got that immediate energy boost. It's a brilliant source of caffeic acid, which is a nutrient that stabilizes the blood glucose levels and helps you avoid any crashes in energy. So I wanted to mention here about the genetics about caffeine. So the SNP for caffeine is called CYP1A2, and it's the key liver enzyme. And enzymes are special proteins that break down and use another substance. And the CYP1A2 is responsible for metabolizing caffeine. And variations in the CYP1A2 gene have a big impact on how caffeine affects our bodies. So, therefore, you may be a fast or slow caffeine metabolizer based on your CYP1A2 genetics. So, it's really great to get that checked out when you have a genetic analysis done. So let's talk about flax seeds. So flax seeds have countless health benefits and are great for energy production. They're packed with fiber, which slows the release of glucose into your bloodstream and ensures that your body has a constant, stable source of energy. And they're great for hormonal balancing. Flax seeds also contain plenty of omega-3 essential fatty acids, which support your body's energy production process. A great addition to your food plan. Green tea. So green tea is another 0-calorie, zero sugar energy drink. You can drink it cool or hot, depending on how you like it. And the caffeine in green tea provides you with an instant energy lift, but it's different than drinking the coffee aspect of caffeine, or the caffeine aspect of coffee. So you get your energy boost from green tea from flavonoids, and it contains support energy production and helps to maintain energy levels long term. So it's very different than that caffeine like rush from coffee, where you do have that dip in energy once the caffeine goes away. So another one of my faves is quinoa. Quinoa is also great for vegetarians, and it has tons of reasons why. One, not only does it contain large amount of protein, but it's also rich in fiber and iron, wonderful for the thyroid. As already mentioned before, fiber helps to keep your energy levels stable, while iron keeps your blood cells healthy and ensures that they can transport energy, providing oxygen to the cells that need it. So key for the electron transport chain. So let's talk about walnuts. Walnuts, I love walnuts. They're so good. And I love the way that they have that shape that even looks like our brain for maintaining brain energy. Walnuts contain a unique blend of energy boosting antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. These nutrients collectively work together to provide your body with direct energy and also help it to produce energy more efficiently. So those are great foods for energy. We have coffee, green tea, quinoa, and walnuts. Okay, now let's talk about why it's healthier to eliminate sugar. So sugar is extremely harmful to your health and can damage many, many areas of your body. It rots your teeth. It destroys your blood vessels. It's like battery acid for the blood vessels, and can overload your liver. It's also one of the leading causes of weight gain and obesity, which further harms your body. In addition to this, sugar has been associated with various chronic diseases, including cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and liver disease. By cutting sugar completely out of your diet, you can avoid all these health problems and significantly enhance your health. Okay, so what are some of the superfoods to eat instead of sugar laden foods? Okay, so eliminating sugar from your diet is a great way to improve your overall health. However, to maximize your health, you should also ensure that your diet is rich in these superfoods. And I'm going to talk about these 5 superfoods. So we have avocado, broccoli, eggs, garlic, and spinach. So avocado is a top food source of monounsaturated fat and also contains glutathione. The monosaturated fats help to regulate levels of cholesterol in your body, support the thyroid gland, reduce inflammation, and protect against cancer. And while glutathione is one of the most powerful antioxidants that prevents free radicals from harming your body's cells. So the avocado is key. There's tons of different ways you can add it into your food plan, in smoothies, dressings, salads, on toast. There's tons of great ways to add it in. Okay, let's talk about broccoli. So broccoli is a versatile cruciferous green vegetable and is an excellent source of B vitamins, manganese, phosphorus, and vitamin C. And it's a sulfur-containing food as well. By eating broccoli regularly, you can enjoy a range of health benefits, which include cancer protection, improved digestion, supporting of the thyroid, and healthy eyes. So eggs are rich in healthy fats, protein, and many different nutrients, including B vitamins. The protein in eggs helps to build, maintain, and repair all your body's cells, while the other nutrients really boost your brain, regulate blood cholesterol levels, and strengthen your eyes, and much more. Eggs are great to add into your food plan. So garlic is an amazing food. It's a great cooking ingredient when used in moderation, because you know that you can have a lot of garlic breath if you eat it in large quantities. It's also packed full of powerful nutrients which fight cancer and reduce inflammation in the body. Okay, our last one is spinach. So, spinach contains high levels of over 10 different vitamins. It's power packed and minerals, right? So, it enhances the health in many, many various ways. Some of the main health benefits of spinach include lower cancer risk and a healthier heart and stronger bones. So, again, those five main superfoods are avocado, broccoli, eggs, garlic, and spinach. Okay, let's talk about number four, which is how does sugar or eliminating sugar help you lose weight? So sugar really affects your weight. I think a lot of people know that, but I'm going to dive deep down into the reasons why. So sugar is one of the leading causes of weight gain. And while it contains the same amount of calories per gram as other healthier foods, there are a number of reasons why eating sugar makes you more likely to put on weight. First, sugar is a highly addictive substance and stimulates areas of your brain that cause cravings like dopamine. This makes you much more likely to overindulge when eating sugar and consume excess calories, which then cause weight gain. So, second, processed sugary foods often contain very little, if any, other nutrients, right? It's not like you're eating a donut packed with vitamin B. And as a result, eating sugary foods rarely satisfies your appetite, but still adds calories to the waistline, just like cortisol, that muffin top, right? So, finally, sugar is often added to drinks and consumed in liquid calories. And this makes it very easy to drink hundreds or thousands of sugar calories in a day without even realizing it. Okay, so what to eat instead? So, cutting down on sugar is a fantastic way to start losing weight, and you should start to see improvements in your waistline within just a few days. However, if you want to accelerate your weight loss efforts further, try adding the following five foods to your food plan. Okay, so that's brown rice, chia seeds, chili peppers. I love chili peppers, soybeans, and water. Okay, so brown rice is a tasty and versatile and filling food that can be used in many, many different meals. It's one of the best food sources of complex carbohydrates, which slowly get released into your bloodstream instead of that immediate fast effect of sugar. After you eat brown rice, you stop getting hungry between meals, right? You don't have the cravings in between, which causes excess weight gain. So let's talk about chia seeds. Chia seeds are rich in healthy fats and various nutrients, wonderful for balancing female and male hormones. And the nutrients in chia seeds regulate your appetite, making it easier for you to eat in moderation. Chili peppers. So, chili peppers are a great way to give your food, of course, that hot, spicy, satisfying flavor. They also stimulate your body's fat burning process. And by eating them regularly, you can speed up the rate at which your body burns fat. Bonus. Okay, soybeans. Soybeans, have a lot of pros and cons. I don't recommend eating, of course, genetically modified soy. So that's number one. I'm talking about organic soy here. And if you have a question about the source, I just recommend eliminating it altogether or eating it in very, very low moderation. So soybeans, they're really packed with fiber and protein. These two ingredients have a really satiating effect and help you to feel fuller for longer, which makes you less likely to overeat and gain weight. And the last one, of course, is water. So water contains 0 calories, and this makes it perfect for weight loss. So by drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated, you hydrate the cells, you maximize your body's fat burning process, and you lose more weight. Bonus. So those five, to recap what to eat instead, were brown rice, chia seeds, chili peppers, soybeans, and water. So let's talk about how sugar affects your age. So by decreasing sugar, you'll actually be and look younger. So many people aren't aware that sugar accelerates the aging process. However, sugar speeds up the rate at which you age in both internal and externally. And when you eat sugar, it causes a surge in your blood glucose levels. This spike in blood glucose is really harmful to your blood vessels and the vital organs. And over time, this damage makes your blood vessels and vital organs deteriorate and become less functional. These elevated blood glucose levels also lead to inflammation, which causes your skin to become dehydrated, stiff, and inelastic. Not good, right? This results in your skin having that dull, dry, and aged appearance. So, by eating less sugar or avoiding it altogether, it can completely transform your skin. You can ensure that you remain healthy, vibrant, and youthful internally and externally. So, what to eat instead for anti aging and healthy skin? So, there's plenty of foods there that can slow down the aging process and help you look and feel younger. And I'm going to hit on my top 5 ones today. And let's talk about beef first. So, beef isn't a food that gets mentioned very often when it comes to anti-aging. It got, there was a period where beef got a really bad rap, but it's coming back into the scene as being really great for the body in, smaller amounts. However, because red meat is loaded with healthy fats, protein, selenium, and zinc, those are all they are fight aging, great for the thyroid and for the adrenal glands. And these nutrients collectively provide your body with fuel it needs to produce youthful and healthy cells, support your vital organs, and protect against harmful free radicals. And free radicals speed up the aging process, and antioxidants are a great way to fight off free radicals. And I've talked a lot about those today. Okay, let's talk about cinnamon. So, cinnamon is an aromatic spice that can be used to flavor your foods and also enjoyed in the form of cinnamon tea. I love cinnamon in my tea. It promotes healthy blood flow, it balances blood sugar, it helps to reinvigorate the skin, and also slows down the aging of your internal cells and vital organs. Okay, extra virgin olive oil. So, extra virgin olive oil, when you get it in that organic and cold pressed form, is a brilliant source of monounsaturated fats. These monounsaturated fats help to strengthen the heart and keep it youthful. They also promote skin cell regeneration and protect against age related chronic diseases. So, green tea, I mentioned green tea earlier, and I'm going to talk about it again because it's great as an anti aging property. Green tea is filled with a powerful antioxidant, which fights off free radicals and reverses the aging process. These antioxidants boost your brain and help it to remain functional as you age. They also reduce the risk of contracting age related disorders such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. So kale is one of my favorite healthiest foods around, and it contains extremely high levels of the antioxidant vitamins A, C, and K. Vitamin A helps to maintain healthy vision, which is great for as we age. And vitamin C keeps that skin young and elastic. And vitamin K prevents all types of age-related decline. Okay, let's talk about labs for blood sugar. So these are labs that I recommend for you to do on your annual exam, or if you're monitoring blood sugar levels within a shorter amount of time. Let's say you want to do labs and then test again in 3 months to see an improvement in your blood sugar levels. These are the main ones that I recommend. So of course we have blood glucose, that's a fasting glucose, and the range there is 75 to 90 for a healthy glucose level. We have HbA1c. Now that's the hemoglobin A1c that measures your the amount of blood sugar in your blood over 90 days in the red blood cells. So that's really key to see how your body's responding in that 3-month period. And I want to see that under 5.3%. Insulin. So of course we want to be monitoring insulin resistance. We want that range to be under 3. And lipids. So I want to see the triglycerides and your cholesterol levels, and that's a fasting lipid count. Triglycerides, I want to see under 100 for that optimal range. And then for your HDL cholesterol, which is your good cholesterol, you can think H for happy. That optimal range is 59 to 100. Now, of course, those numbers change depending on the person and what else you have going on and what our target range is, right? Then 2 other things that I really recommend to see how your body is responding to blood sugar that we talked about today are hormones, and that's the adrenal stress index, or the ASI, measures how your adrenals are responding via cortisol to stress. And then also thyroid panel, because that's tied deeply connected to the adrenal glands and the HPA axis and how your thyroid is functioning in metabolizing food and sugar. So these are some basic supplements for balancing blood sugar. So you have EGCG green tea, and that's a compound found in the green tea. And EGCG has been determined or demonstrated as a stabilizing effect on blood sugar. Drinking the whole green tea leaf in the form of matcha powder is a great way to up your ECGC intake. So that's a fabulous addition. Now, ALA, or alpha lipoic acid, in several studies, ALA supplements helped balance blood sugar levels and improve insulin resistance. So if you have, as I talked about before on the previous slide, if you had a really high insulin levels and some of the triglyceride levels, ALA would be a great one to bring in. This ALA is a really high antioxidant. It strengthens immunity, improves energy production in the cells. It protects brain cells against excitotoxicity and helps the body remove excess toxic heavy metals. So it's great to bring in also if you're having a lot of heavy metals in the system and doing a heavy metal detox. For blood sugar control, I recommend about 200 milligrams 3 times a day. So magnesium, I love magnesium. It's a great addition to the supplement plan when we're talking about balancing sugar. And according to research published in the medical journal called Circulation, in a group of nearly 5,000 people that were studied, they took a look at the higher levels of magnesium over a period of 15 years, and they had a decreased risk of metabolic syndrome. So that's a condition that's often a precursor to diabetes. So magnesium is a great one to bring in. Chromium. So when chromium levels are low, the good cholesterol tends to drop and the risk of insulin resistance as well as triglycerides, your TGs, goes up. So chromium supplementation has been shown to improve blood sugar receptor function. And this, or the best food source of chromium includes onions, tomatoes, potatoes, and sea vegetables, also great for the thyroid. So let's talk about NRF2. So increasing NRF2 or NRF2, this is a protein that plays a role in regulating antioxidant gene induction by turning on genes that are responsible for antioxidant and detox pathways. When NRF2 is activated, inflammation tends to subside. And there are many antioxidant-rich foods that tend to activate NRF2, including EGCG from green tea, quercetin from apples, curcumin from turmeric, resveratrol from grapes, rosmarinic acid from rosemary, L-sorafane from broccoli, and thiosulfonate from garlic. So those are just some of the few amazing ways that you can get in our NRF2 into the system from those foods. Green tea, apples, turmeric, grapes, rosemary, broccoli, and garlic. So the last one is probiotics. So probiotics seal and heal the gut. Now, a lot of times when we're talking about blood sugar balance, we're not thinking about the gut, but it's so key. Your gut health and blood sugar balance are inextricably connected. And one study found that transplanting the microbiome of diabetic mice into healthy mice made the recipients diabetic. So among the culprits are advanced glycation end products, also called AGE. These are harmful compounds that have the potential to cause leaky gut. And a high sugar diet can also tip your microbiome in the wrong direction, causing candida overgrowth, which is also linked to blood sugar problems. And what's good for your gut is good for your blood sugar and vice versa. So in summary, as you can see, there are plenty of reasons that you should ditch sugar today. And to finish this webinar, I'm going to give you the 5 tips to start breaking your sugar habit by helping you reduce your sugar intake right now. So 1, check the ingredients list on your foods. There's lots of hidden sugars in foods. 2, ditch the sugary drinks, and that includes ones with fruit juices. Now, especially if you're a kombucha drinker and you're drinking ones that have a lot of sugar or from fruit in them, please check those ingredients as well. Have a healthy breakfast. Healthy breakfast is key for balancing your blood sugar, especially if you're doing intermittent fasting. Use sweet spices I talked about, like cinnamon, and fill up on low sugar fruits. Okay. So those are really key. So I hope you have learned some amazing things during this webinar today about balancing the sugar in your diet to help balance the hormones.